All right, we are back. Welcome, everybody to Sports with Adrian the Great. Hot Take Central today. Yes, sir. All the final pieces have been dropped. Kawhi Leonard has signed, has been traded last week to the Raptors. Dwight Howard landed. LeBron James made his decision. We got a lot to talk about today. Hot Take Central today, baby. Adrian the Great. Sports with Adrian the Great. Welcome. Yo, no way LeBron wins another ring. Hot Take Central today, baby. Hey, don't come on with these hot takes. Hey, get on the show. Yo. I got him winning in 7, bro. You're wild. This is Adrian the Great. Welcome to Sports with Adrian the Great. All right, so we're going to get right into it. First of all, once again, welcome to another Sports with Adrian the Great. If you are new to this show, new to this channel, make sure you subscribe, man. If you want some great outside insight of the NBA and different sports from a non-objective, no payroll type of opinion, then you need to come and go ahead and subscribe to this channel, because we ain't gonna just give you what's on Sports Center, the hot takes they say. I got oh man, I got a whole nother view on a lot of things sports wise, and we're gonna get right into it. Starting with this first one. Dwight Howard to the Wizards. I know everybody probably shrugged their shoulders. They probably, he ain't been the same since Superman days, since the injury. I'm going to tell you right now, you put him with John Wall, Bradley Beal, Otto Porter. They got a nice little situation out there. I'm not going to lie, for Dwight specifically. He's so big to where the game kind of changed around him. We seen him face up a little bit last year, but the game changed around him so much to where he even admitted he had to figure out a way to face up more, kind of stretch his game out a little bit. But, to his words, he said he felt a lot better this year. He felt healthier. Felt healthier last year. He said last year was his first fully healthy season last year, where he really felt like he can touch the top of the backboard again and all that stuff. Even with that being said, I don't think he's a star player as far as not star, that's the wrong word, but I don't think he's a lead player. I don't think he's a lead player. So hot take number one of the day. I think this is going to be a breakout season for Dwight Howard. I think a lot of people are going to be like, oh man, kind of caught by surprise. I won't be. You take the attention off his back. You can't double him, because you got to worry about Bill and Porter and John Wall to a certain extent, to the extent enough not to leave them unguarded. That's the big point. When you got to play Dwight Howard one-on-one, I don't care who you are. I don't care how, if he's coming off injury or whatever it is, whatever you want to say. I don't know anybody that's going to guard him one-on-one without having to double him, without having to trap him. And can't do that anymore. So, yeah, I really do think this is going to be a good year. How good, I don't know. Do I see them making it to the Eastern Conference Finals? Not at all. Maybe second round. Yeah, maybe second round. Let me know what you guys think. Comment below. Send me a message, DM me on this Dwight Howard situation. How do you think this Dwight Howard situation will play out in Washington? He says he wants to retire there. Do you think he'll be traded from there? Do you think he'll shine there? Next topic I want to cover today. I'm gonna save my boys for last. I'm gonna save them Celtics boys for last. We're not even gonna speak on them. Once again, this is the Sports with Adrian the Great podcast, and just keep checking in daily. I don't have a schedule on when I'll be dropping these. It's really just when I have something to talk about, and it will be very often that we'll be dropping these. So please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And please be active. Be active in them comments. I want to know what y'all think about these sports topics. We will have guests. I will have guests on this show soon. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe. Next topic, man, I want to cover. All right. Let me just attack the elephant in the room. I'm not even gonna dance around it anymore. LeBron James to the Lakers. You heard that silence? That wasn't a audio mess up. That wasn't a technical difficulty. That was the silence of my excitement for that move. As people fish for the reason of the move, it could be because of Hollywood opportunities. It can be because of he wants to challenge. I doubt. Whatever you want to say the reason is, we can scramble and think. Whatever, try to figure out what the reason will be. I'm going to tell you right now, LeBron James will not. Hot take number 2, baby. Not even though it's a hot take. It's not a hot take because a lot of people feel this way. I don't see LeBron winning another championship ever. Not no Laker uniform. Now, maybe after the 4 years, he signs somewhere and he can grab one more title, but it's not happening in LA. I'm not going to allow nobody to sit here and convince me that makes sense. No, it's not. Man, listen. Man, if LeBron win a championship in LA, I'm done with the debate. Because, matter of fact, no, if he win a championship in LA, I don't want to hear the Jordan and LeBron debate no more. Not because of it's a definitive winner, but because I know it's rigged. Like, and I'm not one of those conspiracy people that want to feel like it's rigged. But if LeBron James wins in LA with this team, and I'm talking about within this whole 4 years, so I don't care what development you can make in this 4 years. Within this 4 years, you're gonna have to snatch Durant, you got to snatch some superstars, and then maybe I can see it happening. But here's the problem with that. Steph Curry is on fire. You can say what you want about Durant. You can say what you want about Clay, or whoever you want to say may leave. If Steph Curry is in a Golden State jersey, they're the team to beat. Period. Point blank. There's no way to guard him. You can look at him. He can come across half court, and he can light you up. Anywhere from half court. We all know that. But the problem is it hasn't slowed down over the last couple of years. So he has to get through those guys regardless in these next 4 years. I don't see them guys slowing down, and if they do slow down, other people are getting stronger. And the Lakers, I just don't see it, man. I just don't see it unless he pile up. Which brings me to my next point. About Golden State. I saw a story floating around with Golden State about I think last week or a few days ago, depending on when I released this, but Durant and CJ McCullough was they had a little back and forth, and I don't want to cover that because I mean you can go to ESPN and watch them cover that, you know what I'm saying, all day long. They run the same, news cycle, and I love ESPN. I'm not taking shots, but I'm gonna let you guys go to them to go over that Twitter beef. I'm gonna go into the deeper problem in that subject, which is the notion of Golden State being a unfair team or ruining the NBA or whatever like that. I mean, you could check out my my older podcasts or any of my older posts, and you would hear me say this, repeat this over and over again from the first championship of Golden State. They earned that. What's so crazy is the first championship, they were like the underdogs and everybody was cheering for them because of the way they emerged and kind of blew up into the league seemingly out of nowhere after a couple years of a lot of years of bad seasons. Drafting Steph Curry, he coming in injured. Drafting Claymon, drafting Draymond. I mean, not Claymon. Well, both of them. Say Klay Thompson and Draymond. Drafting them two, and then and then they built that. That became this three-headed monster, and these Splash Brothers that's lighting cats up. Durant sees that and says, I want to get better. I don't want to keep being looked at as the fans as, hey, you're great, so make us win. He wanted somebody that's going to say, you're great, but we can make you better. That's what he got in Golden State. So that move made sense. He goes, he wins the championship, he wins 2. Why is that still a conversation right now?
Why is that still a conversation that and it happened 2 years ago? And how is that ruining the NBA? I guess it's not ruining the NBA when LeBron James can go to Cleveland and handpick a whole team mid-season, shift out 4 or 5 players, get some more players, get to the playoffs, you know what I'm saying, drag them through the playoffs, whatever, get to the finals, and lose. And then he leaves that team and goes to LA. And then it goes to LA, and then he says, well, Pelicans, I want Rondo. I want Lance Stevenson. So he changes that. So let me see. So it's unfair for Durant to go to Golden State. It's unfair for Boogie Cousins to go to Golden State, which is another great move I want to talk about. But it's you guys say hi to my dog. That's my dog in the background. He's my literal dog, not my homeboy, my puppy. Hey, buddy. But yeah, it's wrong for Boogie Cousins to go to Golden State. It's wrong for Kevin Durant to go into Golden State. But it's perfectly okay for LeBron to play Pokemon Go within the NBA and build teams. Come on now, y'all got to be real. Golden State did nothing but development, and then they got Durant, who couldn't get over the hump of getting a championship by himself or with another great player. We can't act like Durant couldn't win because he didn't have great players around him. He had Westbrook around him. We can't say it's because he didn't have star players around him. We can't say, oh, he went to Golden State because he couldn't win alone. He had Westbrook. He had Harden at one point, undeveloped Harden, but he had Harden. We see what Harden is, so I don't care you undeveloped or developed. We was looking at what Golden State is now. We were looking at OKC. The problem with it was the organization wasn't great, and the culture was terrible. Terrible. Nobody gets better. So you look at Golden State, they're grabbing these players, they're getting better. They're getting better. So, of course, Durant looks better around this team, but he been had stars around him. So we're not going to say he needed Golden State. He needed a great coach. Steve Kerr is what turned him around and made him a champion. He made Steph Curry a champion. He made all these guys champions who weren't champions coming to that team. So, Golden State, I don't want to hear that story anymore. I don't want to hear the story about they ruining the NBA and being unfair. I don't care who they get after this point, because the nucleus and the core of it, which Pop had Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Ginobili, that was the core, and they built around that, brought on Kawhi, and brought all these. That's the core. When you develop talent, and it's about development and not about superstars, and it's about development and chemistry, you will be the best team. Period, point blank. I don't care. You guys can be on the LeBron gravy train all you want. Yes, he went to 8 straight finals and won 3 of them. So, therefore, it's something wrong with his philosophy of let's just pile teams up. And then another thing I want to put a dead to. We got to stop acting like LeBron wasn't part of this problem of starting this player mobility. He took it amongst himself and he put it in his hands to go ahead and put it in the players' hands to decide their destiny. I want to go to my next point. We're going to segue smooth right into it, of my team, the Celtics. If I hear my team, the Celtics, name thrown one more time into this Big Three conversation, ours was Danny Ainge's move. It was a traded move. We got Garnett and we got Ray Allen. It was trades that brought them to our team. We put that together through Danny Ainge. So the notion that LeBron did not start this Big Three crap of let me grab my homies and let's all play, that's bogus. So let's throw that out the window. Which brings me smoothly to my next point, to my favorite team to win the championship next year. My favorite team, period, that anybody can check any of my social media, any of my past, never wavered, Boston Celtics. I love that applause. We need to give them another one. Give them another round of applause. We got some young gunners on this team. Again, it's development. If you look at how we built this team, it was through years of we blew up our Big Three, brought in a young coach, Brad Stevens, who came from college, so he really came from college coaching, so he's really good at developing young talent. They saw that, and they saw that's what we needed. Brought him in, and then we had that great season. We had a couple shaky seasons, but We had the season. We had Jeff Green out there and them boys, and we looked okay. But we had the Isaiah Thomas trade mid-season. He came in, he did his thing for us. Went to the playoffs, did all right. So then you fast forward, and then you come to the team we had this year. We blew that. We didn't really blow that team up. We got rid of Isaiah Thomas, brought back Kyrie. Kyrie takes our team to the very next level. I'm talking about very next level, to the point of not only do we have a developmental coach to develop people, but we got Kyrie, who's very, very good at helping develop his teammates, keeping teammates, making them better. So everybody that we had last year with IT and everybody, they show up this year with the Kyrie Irving battery in their back, and they show their behind. I'm talking about they show their ass. I'm talking about pure D acting a fool out there. And it was a great season. It was an exciting season for everybody. Everybody was surprised, but you got to remember, we finished top 2 seed, either 1 or 2 the year before. It was top 2 seed. I want to say we were we number 1? No, we weren't number 1 seed. I would have to look that up, put that graph up for y'all. But I don't think we were number 1 seed the year before, like with Isaiah Thomas. Let me see. Let me pull this metric up really fast. Okay, so we were. Yeah, we had we were first seed. We were first seed in the 2016-2017 on the rankings in 2016, and then we lost in the conference finals, one game to 4 to Cleveland, and then we come back this year with no Kyrie, with our young gunners, and we go 7. So that should only tell you that we're just about over the hump. And then LeBron leaves and goes to the West. So anybody who thinks we're not walking to the finals next year, that's wild. Like, honestly, I feel like the only team that could maybe slow us down would be Washington, which would be another hot take, flip the pancake. But I don't believe in Philly. Philly looked great until you get there, and then you got to play us 7 times. And you got to beat us 4 times out of 7. That's the weakness with Philly. Yeah, they look great, but you got to play us. You got to beat us 4 times. It's not happening. So like I said, Washington is the wild card right now in the East. If I can pull up the East right now, and this is how I end this podcast today. But let's look at regular season 2017-2018, and I'm going to name my top 5 teams in every conference, and then my worst team in every conference for next season. Okay, let's see. So on the East, I see Cleveland dropping off the face of the earth. Washington was 8th last year. You guys are looking at the same graph as me. The same graph. So we got Washington that was 8th. I predict them to move up. I like Washington to be see, I'm looking at who's on the East, like Yeah. Listen. I think Washington jumps to top 3. This is how I see the seeding going next year. I see Boston, Philly, Washington. Because Philly looks great regular season. I give them that. So let's go Boston, Philly, Washington, Milwaukee will be 4th, and 5th I'll put Toronto. I don't know how great Toronto will be with just Kawhi. I think the age of one star player making it like, this is the team. That doesn't work anymore. I don't think. because you don't have DeRozan. You got Kyle Lowry. That's your number 2 guy. Stop. So again, that's mine. So I got Boston first, Philly, Washington, Milwaukee, then Toronto. My 5 on the East. The West should be pretty easy to predict. Houston will have a drop off, not much though. You know what I'm saying? Like people predict them to have a drop off. If they pick up Carmelo, which I'm waiting for that to happen. Like I don't know what's going on with that, but that'll be a good look for Carmelo. Take a lot of the spotlight off him. Okay, here's my and we gon' the hottest take of them all. The hottest steaming hot take of them all. I'll give you my 5. The 5 on the West is easy. 5 on the West would be Golden State. I see them going first. Golden State first. I see Rockets second in regular season. Let me emphasize that regular season. So we got Rockets. We got Golden State. We got Rockets. Yo, where the hell the Rosen just went? Yo, please quote me on this. Please quote me on this. Spurs will be a top 3 team. I like it to be Golden State, Houston, Spurs, Lakers. Now that 3rd spot can go between the Lakers and the Spurs. I'll give them that. Lakers or the Spurs. And then 5th, OKC. With OKC, they're 5th or 6th between the Jazz. New Orleans, I predict them to fall off the face of the earth and lose Anthony Davis by next year. Here's my thing. So if you're looking at the same graph I'm looking at, which you are, you'll see that I'm predicting LA to go from 11th to the 3rd, 4th seed. This is a hot take. Very hot take. Pancake syrup, all of that on this hot take. But I truly, honestly feel like wait, whoa. Time that out. I'm not saying this is what I feel like will happen, but I feel like I wouldn't be surprised if this happened. I wouldn't be surprised if LeBron took the Lakers to the conference finals and made it the perfect storyline to try to knock off Golden State in the Western Conference Finals, and then he gets destroyed, and then everybody's like, wow, well, at least he brought them there, and it's going to build. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. Do I think that'll happen? No. I think LeBron maybe get knocked out second round, first round, maybe just because of the West, but when you really think about that, right, yes, it's the common thing and it's the popular thing to say that the best is in the West. But when you really look at it, though, dog, like when you really look at it, dog, what team on the West right now, looking at that same list we looking at, can beat Bron 4 games out of 7? See, because it's not that the East is weak. It's the fact that it's no one that was able to beat LeBron 4 games out of 7. I mean, let's go through last year's top 8. Minnesota definitely not beating them 4 times out of 8. Well, maybe with Big Cat, he's getting better. Jimmy Butler disgruntled. It's just their situation over in Minnesota's all over the place. That's why I don't feel like they can pull it together and beat them in 7. Maybe Spurs with DeRozan, and with DeRozan, the reason he's got shipped out of Canada was literally LeBron. I feel like I wouldn't just brush LeBron by them, but you know, then you're looking at what you're looking at in the East, LeBron versus DeRozan. We all know how that plays out. So, Pelicans, they're not beating LeBron anywhere. I don't care if he played for the Fort Lauderdale Dales. The Pelicans not beating LeBron. Utah Jazz can't beat LeBron. Oklahoma City won't beat them. Portland Trailblazers won't beat them 4 games out of 7. So it looks like if you're leaving it there, and I don't know what Houston Rockets will look like 100%. I'm just banking off the fact that I know that they have Chris Paul and Harden together still, and you could build around that. So I won't put LeBron past them, and I won't put him past Golden State, and I won't put him past the Spurs. Everybody else on the West is susceptible to a ass whooping from LeBron, which means you only got to win 2 rounds to get to the Western Conference Finals. So they got 2 chances to knock him out, which means LeBron would have to, if we're going off the list I gave you of Golden State, what was my list? It was Golden State, Rockets, what did I say? Spurs, LA, Minnesota. I forgot my list, but I'll put it up on the screen. Here's my list. But out of that list, you're really saying that only Houston and Golden State have a chance of knocking them out, which means they'll have to meet them early, which means you gotta hope LeBron doesn't finish in the middle. See, a lot of people predict him to finish kind of in the middle, 4th and 5th. If he finished 4th and 5th, he has to play, because I know the first plays the 8th, second plays the 7th, third plays the 6th, 4th and 5th play each other. So if the 4th and 5th are playing each other and LeBron lands 4th and 5th, that middle of the water team's not putting LeBron out. Then after that, he has to play, you know what I'm saying, the winner of whoever won that second, the third and 6th, I believe. So out of the 3rd and the 6th, if that's how it maps out, still you're dealing with 3 ranked, a 3rd seed and a 6th seed. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't care where it's seeded. I don't see no teams on the West. I don't see no teams on the West. I don't care how it's seeded. Us beating LeBron 4 games out of 7. I'm sorry, and that may be a hot take, but I wouldn't be surprised if he gets put out early, because that's what I predict, 1st and 2nd round exit. But I would not be surprised at all if he made it to the Western Conference Finals to get beat out by Golden State. But with that all being said, if you are new here, again, this is Adrian the Great at Adrian the Great 33311 on Instagram. That's where you're going to catch most of the updates. Letting you know when new episodes will drop. You'll see behind the scenes of when I'm recording with the guests. Everything is on my Instagram. So that's Adrian the Great 33311 on the gram. This is YouTube, though, so I need you to hit that subscribe button. And this is a sports debate show. So what I need you to do is hop in the comments and make sure you're leaving your opinion, because I done dropped some hot takes today, baby. International House of Hot Takes. How would you say that? IHOH? IHOS. Whatever it is, it's Hot Takes Central today on Sports with Adrian the Great. So I need you to drop your comments at the bottom. Let me know what you guys are all thinking about. What do you guys feel about what I said? What's your opinion? And rep your squad. Rep your squad in the comments right now. Let me know your team right now. I don't need no bandwagoners. Next year when things get hot. So state your team right now in the comments. This is Adrian the Great at Adrian the Great 33311. And this has been another episode of Sports with Adrian the Great. Thank you. I'm out.